What chances does this Nvidia-Arm deal have of getting across the line, and does Nvidia simply just have to make more concessions to appease regulators?
It's certainly going to be challenging, Dan and Matt. It's a difficult situation they find themselves in. Nearly all of ARM's customers right now are very, very concerned about how this might play out. And certainly the regulators are looking to make sure that they understand what the basis of NVIDIA's actions are in pursuing and trying to move this forward.
How significant is the deal for Nvidia's success going forward? How much does it require ARM to be able to grow its business going forward? Because it has put a lot of time, energy, and of course money into the deal as well.
It has, and I think there's some interesting aspects of the business that NVIDIA is looking at, especially the ability to continue to grow into the server marketplace and potentially some of the lower end situations. But as we know from the period of SoftBank's holdings, the ability for ARM to be able to go and position itself for the IoT space has actually been somewhat challenging. So it's interesting, if we look at the comments that NVIDIA has been making, they're keen to be able to have access to the underlying technologies and be able to leverage those technologies for their own ambitions. But it's not clear that it's a must-have in order for them to go ahead and continue to establish themselves in the graphics arena and the AI arena and some of the other processing arenas where they continue to be very, very strong. So I think we see some hedging happening on all sides.
Velu, Dan here. Great to have your analysis on this morning. Thanks again for joining us. I wanted to ask you about the alternatives here. What's going to happen if NVIDIA can't get this EU regulatory approval?
Well, there's a couple of things that will likely happen underway. First off, the ARM ecosystem continues to be very strong. So we continue to see the proliferation of designs based on ARM continuing to come from the likes of Apple and Qualcomm and others with a very, very healthy ecosystem. The other thing that this has done, given what's happening around the world, is it's opened up interest in RISC-V and other alternative architectures that are more open for these similar types of solutions. Now, of course, ARM has nearly a 2-decade lead on these other architectures, so a much larger ecosystem and many, many proven designs, and obviously relationships with the foundries as well, in terms of being able to go and make sure that their designs wind up with the yields that are required in the industry. But there are alternatives out there. And I don't think that this is going to face any sort of existential challenge to ARM at all. ARM is extremely well established, and there's a number of large scale vendors out there who continue to use ARM as part of their designs.